Do you chase success, yet feel a persistent emptiness gnawing at your soul? The irony is, the path to lasting peace might lie not in avoiding our shadows, but in embracing them. As Carl Jung profoundly stated, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Are you ready to confront the hidden parts of yourself that hold the key to genuine, unshakable peace? You're successful, aren't you? At least, that's what the outside world sees. Anxiety, self-doubt, fractured relationships. These are not just life's inconveniences, they're symptoms of a deeper struggle. A struggle born from a war within. This war, my friend, is waged against your shadow self. It's the part of you you've hidden, the aspects you refuse to acknowledge, the anger, the insecurities, the vulnerability you believe would shatter your carefully built persona. He said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. It's not about the eradication of this shadow, but the courageous act of integration, of acknowledging and understanding these aspects of yourself. It's about bringing them into the light, not to vanquish them, but to finally understand them. So how do we reframe this internal war? Stop seeing your shadow as an enemy to be destroyed. What if, instead of fighting the darkness, you chose to welcome its wisdom? Are you ready to begin the courageous journey of confronting your shadow self and uncovering the profound peace that awaits on the other side? You're striving, aren't you? Chasing success, validation, the elusive feeling of enough. Yet a persistent unease lingers, a quiet hum of discontent that no amount of achievement can silence. Maybe it manifests as anxiety, annoying self-doubt, fractured relationships, or a constant feeling of being. The root lies in the hidden recesses of your psyche, in what Carl Jung called the shadow self. This isn't some malevolent entity, but rather the collection of repressed emotions, forgotten traumas, and unacknowledged aspects of yourself, the parts you deem unacceptable, too painful, or simply not you. These parts were often suppressed to conform to societal expectations, protect yourself from past wounds, or maintain a carefully curated image. But in their repression, they gain power. He said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The darkness, your shadow, is not your enemy, it's an essential part of your wholeness. Instead of seeing your shadow self as a monstrous villain, what if you reframed it as a powerful, albeit misunderstood ally? You chase success, relationships, possessions, yet a deep dissatisfaction lingers, a shadow clinging to the edges of your perceived happiness. Anxiety whispers in your ear, self-doubt gnaws at your confidence, and relationships feel strained, fractured by an unseen force. You might even feel a sense of being fundamentally asterisk off asterisk, a stranger in your own life. You've likely tried to suppress these feelings, to bury them under layers of busyness and distraction. But they persist, don't they? Perhaps it's the anger you suppressed as a child, the grief you never allowed yourself to feel, the vulnerabilities you've meticulously hidden from the world. These aren't inherently bad, they're simply parts of you that haven't been integrated into your conscious experience, festering in the darkness, subtly sabotaging your efforts towards peace and fulfillment. Carl Jung, the visionary psychologist, understood this profound struggle. The reframe is this: your shadow isn't a problem to be solved, it's a puzzle to be understood. It's a rich tapestry woven from your life experiences, containing profound lessons about who you truly are. Instead of viewing these repressed aspects as enemies to be banished, see them as potent sources of self-knowledge, waiting to be integrated into a more complete and authentic version of yourself. That nagging anxiety, the self-doubt that whispers in the quiet moments, the sudden bursts of anger you can't explain, these aren't failures, they're symptoms. They're the echoes of a struggle deeper than your conscious mind can grasp. You're fighting a war you don't even know you're in, a war against yourself. The enemy isn't some external force, it's a hidden part of you, your shadow self. It's the repository of repressed emotions, the buried traumas, the unfulfilled desires you've locked away to protect your fragile ego. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves, he wrote. Your shadow isn't some malevolent entity to be destroyed. It's a reflection of parts of you that need healing, understanding, and integration. It's a wellspring of energy currently held at bay, a source of untold strength and insight. The key is reframing. Stop seeing your shadow as the enemy. Instead, view it as a wounded child within, yearning for love, acceptance, and understanding. That anger. It's not about erasing the pain, it's about transforming it into fuel for your own growth. What hidden emotion, what repressed memory, what unfulfilled desire is your shadow whispering to you right now? Are you willing to listen? You feel it, don't you? That persistent unease, a gnawing emptiness that no amount of achievement or external validation can fill. You chase success, relationships, possessions, yet a shadow of dissatisfaction lingers, whispering doubts in your ear. The root of this struggle lies within the hidden depths of your psyche, in what Carl Jung termed the shadow self. It's the repository of your repressed emotions, your unacknowledged fears, the parts of you deemed unacceptable, too painful to confront. These aren't inherently bad aspects. They are simply unexplored territories within your being, often containing painful truths born from past experiences, societal conditioning, or personal defense mechanisms. Until you make the unconscious conscious, Jung famously stated, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Confronting your shadow is not about vanquishing an enemy, but about forging wholeness. It's about reclaiming your totality. The key reframe is to see your shadow not as something to be feared or rejected, but as a wellspring of profound self-knowledge. Imagine your shadow as a map, a guide leading you to the hidden landscapes of your own psyche. Each of these methods creates a bridge between the unconscious and the conscious mind, allowing you to process emotions, heal past traumas, and dismantle the internal conflict that holds you back. The journey won't always be easy. Confronting deeply buried pain can be emotionally intense, but it's a journey of self-discovery leading towards greater freedom, self-acceptance, and profound, authentic peace. What aspects of yourself are you ready to unearth and integrate? Begin your journey towards wholeness today. This isn't weakness, it's a universal human experience, a testament to the depths of the human psyche. The truth, often hidden deep within, is that this persistent unease stems from the shadow self, the parts of you that you've diligently, perhaps unconsciously, suppressed. It's the repository of your unacknowledged fears, unresolved traumas, and hidden desires. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This means that the unacknowledged parts of you, your shadow, are shaping your experiences, your choices, and your destiny, often in ways you aren't even aware of. By ignoring the shadow, you are essentially living a life governed by forces you don't fully understand. You are, in essence, letting your fate be dictated by the darkness you refuse to face. It requires courage to confront the darkness within. But what awaits on the other side is the profound peace that only comes from embracing the totality of who you are: light and shadow, strength and vulnerability. Are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery, to unveil the hidden gifts within your shadow and finally claim the authentic peace that awaits? You feel it, don't you? That persistent unease, a shadow lurking at the edges of your seemingly successful life. It's not some monstrous entity lurking in the recesses of your mind, but a collection of repressed emotions, buried traumas, unfulfilled desires, the parts of you you've deemed unworthy of love and acceptance. Maybe it's the anger you suppress towards a parent, the grief you refuse to acknowledge, the yearning for a life unlived. These hidden pieces, denied their rightful place, subtly sabotage your happiness, whispering doubts and creating chaos in your life. The reframe is this: see your shadow not as an enemy, but as a wounded child seeking understanding and acceptance. The anger, the fear, the sadness, they're not intrinsically bad. They are simply energy, emotions that have been denied expression, turned inward, creating a destructive inner landscape. By acknowledging these feelings, by giving them voice and space, you disarm their power. You begin to understand the root of your anxieties, the source of your self-sabotaging behaviors. You begin to heal.